crack up and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm. Let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to Maga Minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things. Front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Humpday News, we keep it real with down-home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama Said is bringing the truth. And when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folks talking southern things. Stories and sports where the good times hang. From SFP News to I Remember That, we tell it like it is, and that's a fact. Got our veteran of the week, gotta show our pride. Pets of the week, bringing love worldwide. Talking paranormal, digging true crime. Southern fried stories all the dang time. So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give them a hand? So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give them a hand?
Howdy, howdy. It's Wednesday night. It's time for Humpday News. I'm Rob. That's Dave. That's
And I'm Jake. And I'm Jake. Jake the Snake Hudson. By the way, like I was trying to say before, Dave, before you kicked us out, we got to fix Discord.
Oh, we'll do that. Me and you'll get on there.
Yeah. But welcome to Humpday News Wrestling Edition.
Yeah, Jake's been excited about this. Wrestling.
Yeah.
Good evening, Miss Elizabeth.
By the way, we actually, it was very tempting to me when Rob, here's the thing, I was very tempted to me to say yesterday I was going to be here on tomorrow night.
You did good, Jake.
Because Rob, I know Rob might be watching Monday night. I was going to say, but what's up, guys? How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Guys, welcome tomorrow. By the way, tonight, I was going to ask this. Are we going to be talking about wrestling from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and a little bit of the 90s?
Oh, at least 70s back to 70s and up. It would be a 6-hour show to go too far. So I got a good cross section, and we're going to do some local stuff. By the way, Rob, I don't know if you know this, and our listeners, Jake does something every day, and I want to ask him about this. I so appreciate it. He does a top 10 podcasters of the day, and he has ranked us in that.
Of the week.
I'm sorry. He ranks us in that. But, Rob, we got a problem.
What's our problem?
We ain't made it out of the. We're 5. We can't get higher than 5.
Well, by God.
By the way, also you guys are on the top streamer list too. You guys were on the top streamer list.
Yeah, it was.
But also the thing is, it's like there's people that have helped me in the past. Joey C has Joey C has helped me with my camera when I needed one. He did a fundraiser for me. By the way,
awesome.
I just want to let you guys know that I hope everybody is hitting that like button. We are on all platforms: Kick, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, and we're also on Instagram, I think.
Yes.
Unless Dave screwed that up.
We're on Locals.
Where are we?
We're actually on 2 Rumbles. And of course the Twitch, I think you said. And we're on 2 Facebooks.
Yeah, and also, let me ask you this. So we're going into wrestling. Big wrestling news came out last week. Lex Luger is going into the Hall of Fame.
Oh.
Okay. Awesome.
But I thought Lex Luger was disqualified from the Hall of Fame because of what happened with Miss Elizabeth. Not our Miss Elizabeth. The Randy Savage's Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying. I love it. Well, he, things happen. Well, before we get started, Rob, we announced it this morning, but we need to announce it tonight for those that weren't there. We have big news. We think it's big news.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is that news, Rob?
We're going to be partnering up with Patriot Mobile.
Yeah.
Yay!
So, it is. We have sent our information in. We're in. We're just they're setting everything up. I'm hoping by Friday sometime we'll have some images and stuff.
What is Patriot Mobile, if you don't mind me asking?
It is a America First phone company.
It's
a phone service.
One of my friends has does a promo for Patriot Mobile, so I know what it is. I was just telling people that on YouTube that don't know what we're talking about. But I just want to say, guys, Rob and Dave are so nice. Dave was nice enough to come on my show when it was crazy.
I gotta say, Jake, I've done a lot of podcasts. I've never been in a podcast where Alf was there. So I got to talk. I got to listen to Alf for 40 minutes, hour, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he was, he was good. He was funny.
Yeah. What's up, Lewis? How you guys doing? What's up, Lewis?
Hey, Lewis. All right.
Did you watch Alf, Rob, as a young man?
Oh, yeah. He liked to eat cats.
Yeah.
Scared Chuck to death. Chuck won't watch it with me.
Who's Chuck?
I don't have any agenda for this other than I'm going to throw up some pictures, and we're going to talk wrestling for a couple hours. People in chat, please join us.
You snuck it out there what we was going to be talking about. And I got a couple here I need to throw out there, too. This just names. I don't know if I have any pictures. We got to throw some names.
I've got pictures. I've got a slide deck with a bunch of pictures.
I knew about this spell. Hey, Rob, I knew about this last week.
Yeah.
I knew about this last week.
Huh?
I knew about this last week. He told me we were going to do this and told me not to tell you about it. Kept the secret.
And he did good.
Well, good.
Actually, folks, I told Rob
right?
after this morning's show so he wouldn't come in cold. But I did want to keep the secret till the last day. So y'all did good. Y'all did good.
Well, but by the way, I didn't want to say nothing in the
email. Well, great. Let's get started, Bubba.
Let's do this.
I'm excited.
Let's do this. Let Lance Russell always says.
Oh, God.
All right, have at it, and let's start talking.
All right, we have Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Is that Ultimate Warrior or Sting? I get them both confused.
That's Ultimate Warrior.
All right. Ultimate Warrior, there's a little history there. Ultimate Warrior,
he was a wrestler.
After he got into the Hall of Fame, he passed away.
Yep.
A couple days after going to the Hall of Fame. Hulk Hogan right now. Here's a little bit of history. Here's a little bit of something. Hulk Hogan was just on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and got so out of hand that they're pulling their sponsorship. Triple H has said that it's going to pull the sponsorship for the beer sponsorship for Monday Night Raw, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, who is he's so talented out in the ring and outside the ring. He has so much money that he does more. But he's very secretive lately when in his retirement.
Rob, which of these three, which one is your favorite?
Of just those three?
Yeah, just those three.
I'd have to say Stone Cold.
I wouldn't say.
Wait a minute, Jake. Why? Why would you say that?
Well, Stone Cold not only had his wrestling persona in the ring, I mean, but in the ring, out of the ring, going to the ring, his smack talk was awesome. I know you had Hulk Hogan and all the Hulkamaniacs, but Stone Cold, I'm sorry, I lost it. Go ahead, Jake.
What about for me, I got to go with Stone Cold because if I don't know a lot about Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
Sorry, Rob.
So you like Stone Cold? You like Stone Cold over those other two?
Because number one, because of what happened with Hogan with him being a racist.
Well, and also, I didn't follow him very much, only a little bit. I didn't. Yeah. There were things I didn't like there. I followed Hulk more than the other two. So
yeah, and Hulk's been in the business more. Hulk wrestled in the 1970s. He wrestled in the 1970s. He was so good that they wanted him to do stuff with Vern Gagne. He did stuff with Vern Gagne. He did stuff with the McMahons. He did stuff with WCW. He even did stuff with UWF, with Herb Abrams, UWF. And here's a little something that people don't know. When you say UWF, you either got to put the prefix Bill Watts, the suffix Bill Watts, or Herb Abrams, because there's two UWFs. The UWF that Bill Watts, the Mid-South Wrestling that Bill Watts made, and Herb Abrams is UWF, the one that failed to make money. But let's not talk about But what I love about Stone Cold is relevant now. Hulk Hogan, everybody boos the guy. Everybody hates the guy. The only reason why this guy is famous now is because there was a video that went out about Hogan doing something illegal.
Well, I wouldn't say that everybody hates him.
A lot of people hate him. A lot of people hate him.
But that's not everybody. That's not everybody.
And by the way, take your vitamins was actually code word for steroids.
Well, we know that went on. That went on.
Rob, are you okay?
Yep. Just listening to y'all.
I would actually tell you this. I'd be more prepared I'm more prepared in my mind about this. People say, "Oh, you're not a wrestling fan." I don't like the modern wrestling stuff. I don't like how they.
You're gonna see some older ones. You're gonna see some older ones.
I did a podcast, Dave, called "Wrestling with the Future," and we had Bruiser Brody's wife. We had Wahoo McDaniel's wife. We even had people we even have a young lady by the name of Miranda Gordy, who is the daughter of Terry Bam Bam Gordy from Atlanta, GA.
He was not, well, okay.
He was, wait a minute, Jack. He was what? Rob?
He was not from Atlanta. He was from Chattanooga, or actually Rossville.
Oh yeah. I remember going to his house. Yeah. All right, Jake.
Sorry,
That's okay.
because the Fabulous Freebird Fabulous Freebirds, the Fabulous T wait Fabulous T-Birds is the band. Fabulous Freebirds is the tag team.
Freebird.
Was
Frank?
Frank?
Wait, Jake. Frank Gordy was what the founder? What's the founder of the varsity? What's the founder of the varsity? Okay, I didn't know that.
Huh.
Huh. Interesting.
But
Right.
Stone Cold's presence outside the ring, his smack talk and everything, because Stone Cold said so. Drink, and probably wasn't as family friendly for Stone Cold to go out there drinking beer and Austin 316, all that. He just had this huge presence off between a stronger off out of the ring presence than either Hulk or the Ultimate Warrior. Now, in the ring, he was also pretty doggone good too. So to me, he's the better of the three.
Okay.
Can't play W Eclipse because they copyright block.
Well, I'm sure they did some of that. All right, let's go to number 2.
Number 2, what is it? Taker, Andre the Giant, and Tojo Yamamoto.
Now, I am old enough to have seen Tojo live in Chattanooga. Now, the reason I put that picture of him was because it gave his size.
Yes.
And you think of Andre and even Undertaker and how big they were. And it's just a way different thing, man. Not that there wasn't some huge ones, but he wasn't that big.
No, he wasn't.
He was a tough old guy, but he wasn't that big.
Yeah.
It really changed.
Dave, did you ever hear the story where Tojo? There was a story where Tojo had to pay for someone's car for a rib. He took the motor out of someone's car as a rib and had to pay for it to be put back in.
I don't think I heard about that.
And wow. it was on a shoot. It was on a shoot. It was a shoot that someone did. I watched a lot of the shoot interviews, and Tojo Yamamoto's name. I think the best one is the best one in this one that I'm a big fan of. It has to be the guy in the middle, Mr. Andre the Giant. The eighth wonder of the world. The ninth wonder of the world was China. Eighth wonder of the world was Andre.
Absolutely. Rob, thoughts on this slide?
Okay. Undertaker had a real strong presence in and out of the ring. And Tojo Yamamoto was mainly in the ring. He didn't have much outside the ring. And to be honest, neither did Andre, except for standing there looking tough. But out of the three, the living legend, Andre the Giant, of course.
Yeah.
That he was just a monster. And he is probably my favorite wrestler of all time.
They said he could drink and not find the bottom, man. Like he just kept drinking.
Well, they talk about him going and drinking 3 gallons of beer a night, or more, and just no. But he was so big, and actually it's a disease called gigantism is what he had, but he lived a lot of his life in pain.
He did,
and he kept it under wraps, and not a whole lot of people knew that, but yeah, he was just a all round class act in and out of the ring, and his stage presence in the ring. Yes, Barry, he absolutely was. Yeah, but he was still able to go out and put on the show, and that's what these wrestlers are all about. They want to put on the absolute best show that they can, and
absolutely.
He did. He lived it.
Sorry.
All right, Jake. What about Undertaker? Do you like him?
Number one, like I was trying to say, Taker never did meet and greets. Taker never did wanted to keep the mystique. And also, I had some about Andre. Andre wore a belt. They found the belt on the season finale of Most Wanted Treasures. They found the belt that he wore under his singlet. Andre did, and also Taker says he's never did signings. He never did anything that he would never do signings. He'd keep the mystique alive. He's the one that like he said before. He kept some of his. He has a storage unit in Texas, and what I love about Taker now is like Taker is, Taker's wife is going into the Hall of Fame. Michelle McCool's going into the Hall of Fame with Lex Luger and with Hunter Hemsley, who I know that we might have a slide of here later because knowing Dave, you put Triple H on here.
Maybe not. I left a couple out because you have to draw the line somewhere, and I wanted to put some old local wrestling pictures and papers and stuff. We'll be glad to pull him up because I did think about it, but I didn't want to make it too big, so we can always come back. So,
what about Jerry the King Lawler?
We'll get to those. Let's just go through the slides.
Let's see what he's got before we start asking questions about other ones.
Yeah, because there's quite a few of them. All right.
All right. Let's go.
Let's roll ahead. Now, who's this group?
That's a bunch of people. That's one of them is Bret Hart. That's the Hart family.
Yeah, you got it.
That's Bret and Owen in the middle with Stu Hart.
Yep, that's all the Hart.
Bret. Yeah. And I see, Owen had, here's some trivia that people don't know. Did you know that Owen Hart's widow, Martha Hart, never let when Stu Hart and the Harts went into the Hall of Fame, they couldn't mention Owen Hart because Martha Hart didn't want nothing to do with Vincent Kennedy McMahon because of what happened after the night after Owen died at the pay-per-view.
Okay, didn't know that. Rob, thoughts on the Hart family?
Owen Hart was to me top 10. Owen and Bret both. They were good. I'll give them that. They weren't my favorites, but they were good. They were top 10, top 15. They were good.
And didn't one or two of them died young, didn't they?
Yes.
Am I right on that?
Yes, I don't remember which ones.
I don't remember which ones. Jake, do you remember?
Owen died.
Young though, was it? Or was he old?
He was young. He was young.
That's what I thought.
He was like in his 30s or 40s.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that.
Yeah, he actually died in 1999 at a pay-per-view when he was the Blue Blazer, and they got him down. I think it was 1998 or 1999 when they had a malfunction and he plummeted to the ground.
Yes, that's what I remember. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
All right. We got the man. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. That's right. He was styling and profiling.
All right.
I got Andre as my number one. He's my number two. His outside ring, and the only reason why he almost edges out number one, but I just got Andre's story is just so amazing to me. I've got to stick with him. But Ric Flair in the ring, out of the ring, doing interviews, whatever he was doing, he stole the show.
Yeah,
absolutely. We got fabulous Freebirds. We got Barry Bell, Terry Bam Bam Gordy. Oh.
When I met him, he was mowing his grass. He stopped though for a minute, and my best friend was kind of a neighbor of him, kind of around the block, but they knew each other. He was older than us and a lot bigger than us, but he was very kind. Jake, Nature Boy Ric Flair. What's your thoughts on this
I
slide?
think I think I think Rick is. I think Rick's a good guy. I think that a lot of people say that he's a drinker and that, but sometimes he does make time for his fans and stuff. But I got to do a podcast with Terry's daughter, Miranda Gordy, who is an awesome wrestler. I see her going to do bigger things. His son, I think the name is Eric, worked in is Jesse and worked in the tag team Jesse and Festus. He was Jesse. Terry's son played Jesse and Jesse Festus on WWE.
Okay.
And I'm also and I gotta say that I'm a big fan of Michael Pure Bleep, Michael P.S. Hayes, or Michael Pure Bleep Hayes, or Michael Pure Bleep Hayes. There was a cuss word in there. I had to bleep it out. I had to bleep it.
Well, thank you for the bleep.
Thank you.
All right, we move along.
All right. Who's next?
What you got here?
Oh my goodness. Well, out of this group, I'm gonna have to go with Cena. I hate to, but I'm gonna have to go with Cena. Cena did have a whole lot of stuff going for him. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Cena on this one.
Well, let's name the others, and we'll get Jake in here in a second.
Go ahead, let Jake go ahead and go to it.
We got Big Show and the Giant. I forget is that Bart or Bart or something like that. Sorry, and a Russian, and we got Big Show and Cena. I'm the
we
middle
got
one.
we got Mr. Earl in here tonight. Oh, we got my old tag team partner throwed up in here. We're gonna outlaw this thing now. Y'all in trouble.
Cool. So who's the guy in the middle?
Who that doesn't? I don't even know who that looks. I know it's one of the Russians. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, let me think. Earl, if you know it, throw it out because I don't. I can't remember.
It's Ivan something, ain't it? Ivan
Koloff.
Yeah, I believe that's who that is.
But the manager is. I don't know who the manager is.
I remember the manager. He was a freak.
And as we go through, Rob or anybody else that's in the chat, if you've ever met any of these people, yeah, let's talk about it. I think that's cool. So who's your favorite there, Jake?
I gotta say, I gotta say because the guy is a really nice person. I gotta go with Jimmy and Paul Wright.
Okay.
Jimmy and Paul Wright, because I gotta say that I love that Jimmy is now doing he's on the YouTube now with real estate. He's doing real estate now after wrestling.
Well, you get older, you can't be jumping off the high rope. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
No.
What's next?
All right, here we go. Bam.
Man, you got old school there. Is that number 2 on there? Mr. Wrestler number 2? Oh my gosh. Is that Rick Rude?
I don't know who all the other people are, but that's a collection there of wrestlers, and then of course the wrestlers.
Yeah, that's number 2.
And that's number 1 up there, ain't it?
I think that's number 2.
Both of them?
That might be 1 up here in the corner.
That's 1, I believe.
Okay. And 2, I think that's Rick Rude. I'm not sure. Tommy Rich. That'd be the back left.
Oh yeah, it is Tommy Rich.
Tommy Wildfire Rich.
That's going way back.
Yeah, that's going pretty far back there. Armstrong.
Okay. Earl bringing it.
So that's not Rick Rude. That's one of the Armstrongs.
Is one of
Oh, I'm sorry, Jake. What do you got, Jake?
one of them is Tony Atlas in the back?
It might be.
It might be.
Tony Atlas. Tony
Good call.
Atlas has that smile. Has that smile that you. But I'm a big Tommy Wildfire Ridge. I remember when he had a match. Him and I hate to say this guy's name because I want to get him on the show, but I'm not talking bad about him. How about Dangerous Doug, who's a friend of mine?
Dangerous Doug.
Dangerous Doug Gilbert and him had a match with Matt Riviera against, I think, Jerry Lawler and the Midnight Express. Not Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express. Oh, Ricky and Robert.
All right, that takes us back a little bit. All right, let's go forward a little bit. Rob?
Oh, Macho Man, the Road Warriors. Oh my goodness. Why would we put him back there? Oh, that's got to be one of the ugliest people that I've ever seen in my life. And we'll go with the
What?
Okay, out of this crew right here, the Road Warriors are my absolute favorites.
Okay. You didn't like Goldberg?
Nah. You got to go with Macho Man.
He played at Georgia, man.
Jim.
He played at Georgia.
Huh?
He played at Georgia.
Yeah. I know he played at Georgia. He's still ugly. I'm gonna go with Macho Man.
I thought of all the wrestlers that I pulled up, it was that you looked like him.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
But actually, you want to know some trivia about the Road Warriors? The Road Warriors were one of them is the brother of John Laurinaitis. Both of them, unfortunately, both of them has passed away. Has went to the wrestling ring in the sky.
Yeah, how's this? Does it look like him?
Well, not as much of the shoulders, but a little bit.
Bill Goldberg is still alive. Randy and the Road Warriors died.
Hang on, Jake. We got it. What do you mean he's overrated?
He's overrated.
How can you be overrated or underrated? It's decided what you're going to be. You know.
He had too much hype. They put way too much hype on him. He wasn't that good of a wrestler.
So you were jealous?
No, wasn't jealous. Just calling it like it is.
Jake, did you like Goldberg?
I liked Goldberg, but I gotta go with the Road Warriors. I gotta go with the Road Warriors, because they were a great tag team.
Ouch.
Never.
Ouch.
I gotta go with the Road Warriors because they were the greatest tag team. And the thing is, it's like, and here's the thing, they did several things together. They came back several times to wrestle before both of them died, and they were so awesome. They were awesome to watch wrestling. All right, next.
Oh, wait, man.
I'm not done talking about this, Jake. Hang on a second.
Yeah, well, I want to say first, I believe that Jason Cabe, our friend, I think he was a big Goldberg fan.
He probably was.
I think he was.
But he was still overrated. Just because people like him don't mean he's any good. I mean, dadgum. I mean, okay, he was big, but okay. To me, and Earl, you correct me if I'm wrong, his other nickname besides Bill Goldberg or Goldberg could have been Switchbird or Goldblade after Switchblade.
Ouch.
Tell me what you think.
Wow.
Yeah, all his 30-second wins. I mean, yeah. You know why he had 30-second wins? Because he couldn't go any longer than that. He was all blown up.
Wow.
Out of breath, gasping.
He looked pretty good profiling
Rob
right
is
there.
telling the truth, by the way. Rob is telling the truth, by the way.
He couldn't go. He could do. Oh.
Oh, hell yes. Sorry. Sorry for the language.
All right, thoughts?
Go ahead, Jake. Lead us off.
We got China, Becky Lynch, and who's that one? Is that the third one? It looks like Miss Elizabeth.
That's who I'm thinking.
And that's who it is.
All right, I got to go. And
She wasn't a worker. You're right.
Wasn't a worker.
Miss Elizabeth wasn't a wrestler.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this out loud. China should have got in the Hall of Fame by herself because she's a good worker. But the problem is, a certain person in Stanford didn't like her. China's good, and that's the reason why I'm gonna pick China. Becky Lynch. The only reason, and here's the thing. I didn't like Becky Lynch about who her husband is.
Who's her husband?
Seth Rollins.
Okay, Jake don't like Seth Rollins.
I don't like Seth Rollins because for me is I didn't like I dislike people when they flip flop him so many times like Cena.
Oh, well, I think that just goes with wrestling, don't it?
That goes with wrestling. That's part of it.
I mean, now,
Elizabeth was not a wrestler, but she had a good out-of-stage presence. But she wasn't a wrestler, so I can't put her in that group. But yeah, China, definitely. For show.
Well, I mean, it's just like a manager. They're not the wrestler, but they're a part of...
They're part of the show.
They are.
But they're not getting out there taking the risk and bumping and slinging and crying and squalling and.
But do they help sell the product?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
It is what it is.
She couldn't get out there and do what China did.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. Is all those still alive, or did China pass?
I think China's gone.
I think so. Jake, is China
gone? China did pass away. Miss Elizabeth passed away.
Yeah, Becky is still did too.
Becky, that's the reason why. I said I thought she was. That's why I thought Lex Luger was disqualified from the Hall of Fame because of Miss Elizabeth's passing because of the OD.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream.
Yeah.
Tojo behind him?
No, that is what's that guy's name?
Oh, I can't.
That's Abdullah the Butcher.
Yeah, Abdullah.
Yeah.
And that's Bruno Sammartino, Bruno, Dusty, and Abdullah the Butcher.
Hey, Abdullah the Butcher there for a second.
Yeah, Butcher.
Very glove.
So thoughts on Dusty Rhodes? I mean, he's a legend.
Absolutely.
He is a legend.
What do you think about him, Rob?
One of the greatest all times. Him and Flair had so much heat with each other, and they both had the same stage presence. To me, they both worked good. Come on, it's the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I mean, he's a legend.
Yeah,
top 5.
Jake, do you like Dusty?
I love Dusty and I love Bruno. Dusty was if you talk about royal families in pro wrestling, you got to talk about the Rhodes family. You got to talk about Dustin Rhodes.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not have to talk about Goldust. I'm sorry. I bet you, Rick. I bet you Dusty Rhodes rolled over in his grave the first time he went out there and did an interview as Goldust.
No. He actually. Hey, Dusty was actually around when he started doing Gold Dust, and
it probably what put him in the grave.
Probably so.
Well,
All right, moving on. Next,
The Bushwhackers. Yes. Yes. AKA the New Zealand sheep herders. Oh my gosh. Yes. 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 And you got Rowdy Piper down there. But I'm telling you, the Bushwhackers were oh, sorry, right there. Number one tag team in pro wrestling, in my opinion, ever. Everybody else can shut the heck up and stop disrespecting the New Zealand sheep herders. My goodness.
Would that be the Cornbread Nation Redneck Destination wrestlers right there?
You darn skippy, they would. Let me tell you something, man. They were awesome. They put on a show. Don't go, Shawn Michaels. You better pack that junk up. We going with the sheep herders. Sheep herders. Nobody. I love them, man. They go stomp out to the ring, get them old arms up. Get
Jake,
them
who
arms
you got here?
Licking each other's heads. That's right.
We're forgetting a couple wrestlers here. We're forgetting Terry Funk and Ted DiBiase. And oh god, why is Travis Scott in this damn thing?
I don't know.
That's the
but
guy.
You can't take away from Ted DiBiase. He's great.
He's great.
But
Terry
I'm
Funk
sorry.
is great.
Bushwhackers. Better. Said greatest tag team of all time. In my own personal opinion, the greatest. They put on a show.
I have a question. Where were they from? What state?
I would say probably Alabama. Because they lick each other's heads and everything. So, let's see. Let's see if we can find out.
Are they the ones that went around and pumped their arms, did all that?
Yeah.
Or is that okay, that's what I thought. Jake, where are they from? Or do you know?
I think Memphis.
Memphis?
I think Memphis.
Earl says, hey now. What? Well, I'd say Alabama. I'm just guessing,
Ted DiBiase's from Mississippi.
Cool. So in wrestling, because you talked about the tag team, were they individually good, or was it just as a tag team?
Do what?
He said South Georgia.
He's just firing back at me right now. Hey, you know that the Bushwhackers they started off as the New Zealand Kiwis, and then they became the sheep herders, but they had a 36-year career.
Wow.
How's that?
Where did they start out? What state?
I'm looking for that, Jake, as quickly as I can. I'll get it for you here in just a minute.
Tag only. Okay. I didn't. So they made their mark as a tag team only.
Yeah. I'm not seeing where they come from.
We'll find it. I'm going with Earl.
NWA New Zealand is where they started out at. They worked Australia and the Eastern Circuits, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan. They were booked in North America in the Grand Prix, Quebec, Maritimes, Ontario, Vermont. Yeah. So they played in the lower ends for a while. They moved right on up.
Hey, did I tell you guys that I got a cameo from one of the Bushwhackers?
What do you mean cameo? Explain.
I got a video from there's a company called Cameo where you could have a celebrity make you a video.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
And I might have the video. I might have it on my channel.
We'll have to look at that one now.
I actually have a few people on there, but next.
All right, let's roll on 18 wheeler.
Okay.
Are you got anybody else you want to talk about there, Rob?
No, y'all go ahead.
He's flashing money up there. I mean, I like that.
That was Ted DiBiase. No. The $1 million man.
The $1 million man. All right. We're going way back.
I think that was before my time, Dave. I think that's before my time. I bet Earl knows all these guys. It ain't before his time. You know, he's older than I am.
Jake, who is those people?
One of them is Stan Hansen, Chief Strongbow.
I believe that's what he's called, Strongbow.
The tag team,
top right corner.
Yeah, Stan Hansen. We see that. I left that up there.
Is one of them? Is one of those guys? Is that Jimmy Hart? Is that Jimmy Hart?
I don't know.
All right, because the tag team, I don't remember that could be like the Midnight. I don't know if it's Midnight Express or if it's another tag team, or if it's the Jimmy Hart tag team. Cheap Wall. That was Cheap Wahoo. Oh my God!
I was wrong. Okay.
Karen's gonna kill me.
Karen's
gonna kill me. Karen McDaniel's gonna kill me because I've talked to Karen, and if she watches this and sees that I got her husband wrong, shit. Sorry, the language.
It'll be okay, Jake. It'll be okay. So, Rob, when did you start watching wrestling? Who's your oldest memory of watching wrestling?
Oh, let me think. You know, I remember seeing the Russian #1, the Russian #2, Mr. Wrestler #1 and #2, the Assassins 1 and 2. Okay. I remember Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin. Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin. The Armstrongs. I mean, you know. Oh, yeah.
That's some old pictures right there.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, Earl, ain't that you on that last picture in the middle?
We got Jackie Fargo, Harry Thornton
in this area.
We got Harry Thornton. Wait a minute, Harry Thornton wasn't a wrestler.
You know, he wasn't, but he did more for wrestling in this area than anybody.
And then we got the Scufflin Hillbillies. What I love about Jackie Fargo is Jackie Fargo was the guy that gave Jerry Lawler his breakout in his start in the business.
The King, Jerry the King Lawler.
Thank you, sir. I mean, in this area, he kept it alive.
Yeah.
I mean, he just legend, and yeah. I don't think anybody can dispute that. But yeah, that goes way back, way back. All right, a couple more. Let's see what we got here. Wow. Now that's local.
I'm pretty sure. Hey, Earl, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's Fluffy and Jay Farley.
That's Tojo Yamamoto.
That's Tojo Yamamoto and Seta, and that's Tojo.
Well, no. What's our word? Dingus.
Dingus. But you know, Earl. Hey, Brother Hester will get this. I'm pretty sure that's Fluffy and Jay Farley.
All right. When they say Baker, are they talking about Otts Baker?
I don't know.
We'll have to call him and ask him.
Now, I want you to notice something here. Wait, Jake. Look at this paper right here. That's Memorial Auditorium, and look he's there. In Chattown. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
That's some history right there. That was 1978. That's pretty cool. And then Fargo and Yamamoto there. The
I don't
bounty
even think I
hunters.
was born in 1978.
Oh, come on, dude. Nobody's buying that crapola.
What? Why not? Y'all all older than I am.
It's Jake. Don't he wouldn't be alive, but you
I
would.
wouldn't be alive. I wouldn't be alive on this, but I know who Os Baker is, and I also know who Andre the Giant. But I'm looking at this card. We have Nick Goulas. Nick Goulas was actually a big wrestling guy. He gave Kenny Bolin his start. He gave a lot of people in the business their start. You also have the only person I know on this card is when the match is the Tojo versus Jackie Fargo match.
That's
No
going way
time
back.
limit, no time limit, no disqualification, no countouts. Basically, anything goes.
That's
Oh, Brother Hester said this is where he went as a kid to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
I did once, and I saw Tojo. I don't remember who else was there. That's the one I remember was Tojo. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, just a couple more, and then we'll pull up some. Maybe it's one more because I wanted to kind of end on legend status. Legend.
Okay.
And that's this right here.
That was legendary. When
WrestleMania
Hogan slammed
3.
Andre.
Yeah, hold on, Jake. Rob, this one here, there's a lot of backstory, obviously, but
Yeah.
The fact that he got him up, he was afraid he was going to hurt him. I've heard him talk about it, and he was also worried would Andre, let him do that because Andre didn't like to take falls and stuff. Like he was the winner, but he got him up. That's pretty amazing. And Andre was sick here. I mean, he wasn't in good health. And was this the last thing he did in a ring?
I think it's one of the last things that he did.
I know it was right at the end. Hulk Hogan was nervous about this. He had a lot of respect for Andre's legend. Anyway, that will live on, man. And look at the size there. Of course, you look at Andre. Hulk's no tiny guy, and truly amazing. Where was that at? Where was that WrestleMania at? If you remember, I don't remember.
I think it was in Detroit. I think it's in Detroit. But I know a little bit about this. Do you know that Vince helped him train for this match? Vince helped Andre train, and here's the thing: Andre came back as a heel and had the late and great Bobby the Brain Heenan as his manager.
Yeah, I think it might have been Madison Square Garden.
I thought it was Detroit. I thought it was at the Silverdome.
Correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, I don't remember. We can look it up.
I'm migrating up here. Let's see.
Earl's gonna look. So that was what I had. We can pull up some. I walked down memory lane.
It was the Pontiac Silverdome.
I can't.
Sorry.
I don't remember. I just remember it was big.
Pontiac, Michigan. It was the date was March 29, 1987. The Pontiac, Michigan, the Pontiac Silverdome. Attendance is 78,000.
Amazing. Who else wrestled, Rob? Does it say?
I quit looking it up.
Okay.
I'll let Jake run that in.
Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break. I got to refill my coffee, and we'll be back. Let's run a couple of ads, and we'll get some memories here. I think that's cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Y'all are much bigger fans than I am, but I do remember a lot of stuff, and I think that's cool. We'll be right back. Hey, folks, Dave in the AM here with the Southern Fried Podcast and the Cornbread Nation. For many weeks now, me and Rob have been telling you about our affiliation with Dubby Energy Drinks. I've been drinking some of them on the show, and I just got in today the powder version, and this is the Pond Blom version of this. And hey, I tell you that it gives you the focus and the energy without the jitters or the crash. There's no sugars, no fillers, no artificial dyes. So get you some Dubby today. Use the promo code Southern Fried, and you'll get 10% off each and every order. Not only can you get the energy drinks, but you can also get some cool merch items. In fact, soon we're going to have a hat to show you as an example of some of those things. There's shirts and other things you can get as well as containers to mix up the powder and the water into that you can carry with you. We appreciate your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and also of Dubby Energy Drinks. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. Recently, me and Rob were able to go to Fresh Press Farms and do an interview, which we posted on all of our streams. We love these folks. They're amazing. And we are also customers of theirs. I've recently ordered my olive oil that we use in cooking to our home. We love that they're Georgia-based. We love that they're the only olive producer in the state of Georgia. And we love that they're making jobs here for Georgians in South Georgia. We want you to become a part of their family and use their products. They are the makers of homegrown cold-pressed cooking oils. Crafting oil like this means that they capture the best of the olive and the sunflower because they make that oil too. And they have other products that they have out there. It's an amazing company. They like to say freshness is never a question with Fresh Press Farms. They believe that what we put into our bodies should be minimally processed and actually improve our health and taste like the source. Locally produced and vertically integrated, they proudly grow, harvest, cold press, bottle, and distribute their oils in Georgia to ensure top-notch quality and a quick trip from grove to pantry. Please go online and look up their website and order you some too. Support small business, support Georgia business, and we would appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you soon. All right, folks, Mammoth Nation. We are excited to be an affiliate of Mammoth Nation. Rob's a monthly subscriber. I became a lifetime member, and they are awesome. Love Mammoth and all the products that they, companies that they promote through their marketplace. And these are all America First companies. These are companies that believe in the same values as the people here that are listening, the same kind of things. You know, they're and are soon to be our other affiliate the same way. They're pro-America, America First, traditional American family values, and can't say enough about them. And you get a lot of savings, and that's the other thing. And these are American companies selling American products, and they're they're pro-America. So I love that. I think that's cool. We're excited to be a part of Mammoth Nation. Also, W, you saw the commercial. These are the 3 affiliates that we have, and we'll get the stuff up soon for the stuff up soon for Patriot Mobile. That just happened. Also, want to throw in a couple of things. We ran them in the beginning. We're running a lot in the beginning just to give you some of the stuff that we have and help some folks out. And I've got a new one I've got to run. I talked to some folks today, and I'm going to give you the address. I don't have a card for it yet, but a lady asked me if I would put out a web address for her, and I said absolutely. That's what we do. Small FamilyGadgetStore.com. So that gadget is GADGET. FamilyGadgetStore.com. I was there today looking around. There's some very reasonable stuff, interesting stuff. There's a lot of gadgets, electronics, and stuff like that. We'll get a card made up And I told her I absolutely would do that. And they're very aware of us, Rob, out there in the TikTok world and other things. I walked into the to business today, and they're great people, small business. But anyway, one of them said, "Well, there's Dave, who's all over my social media streams with a Southern Fried podcast." And another lady said, "What's that?" She goes, "We'll show you." So they're friends. We've known them for a long time, but they were very aware of the puppets. They were very aware of a lot of the stuff that we do. So that's cool that we've been out there enough now, Rob, that that we are getting that. And if you got something you want to announce, you got a birthday anniversary, we're doing that in the morning shows now. We're here to help you. We want to tell your story and stuff like that. And I know Rob's he was a subscriber to Mammoth Nation before I was, and Rob, they're just great people and great products. I have bought several things from them.
Did you send out my stickers yet? Did you send my stickers yet?
I got you, man. They will be here. I got the email today. The stickers, I got I got 30 on the way, I think, or 50. Maybe it's 50. The stickers are on the way. They will be here in about 4 or 5 days. So it is on the way to my house, and then I'm going to put her back in the mail. Put you one back in the mail towards your house in Mississippi. So absolutely, but I got you, man.
I thought you were going to bring up. I thought you were going to bring up like Lance Russell and Dave Brown from Memphis. I thought you was going to bring them up during the photos.
No, we banished Memphis wrestlers.
But you had Tojo on the show.
Not really.
But
I didn't want to make it a 4-hour show,
Yeah. I also want to say thank you guys very much because I love that, it's talking to people that are in the southern thing is better than talking to the northern people because there's southern people know what I'm talking about when I talk about Memphis or talk about Atlanta or I talk about Mobile. A lot of the northern guys don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's all girl said Silverdome in Michigan.
Yeah.
The Silverdome.
Do you remember when they had the Gulf Coast wrestling back in the day, Dave?
That name sounds familiar, but I didn't follow it.
It was Cowboy Bob Kelly and others.
Well, let's talk about real quick, Jake, and hang on just a second, because you may not be aware, even with all of your knowledge about wrestling, I think you might not know much about this. Rob, you and Earl are wrestling legends as well. Talk about your wrestling days.
Well, way back years ago, there was this very handsome young man that was making his mark wrestling, and he was just dead sexy.
Earl?
No.
Oh.
No, his name was John the Copperhead Remington. And he met up with another fellow who's almost as good looking as him, not quite. His name was James Cowboy Cody. And they became legends. All over the Chattanooga area. They were just legendary and quite possibly the second best tag team ever in history, right behind the Bushwhackers. They were good.
So did you ever wrestle individually, or was it always tag team?
Oh, sometimes they'd wrestle individually, and they were just as good individually as they were at tag teaming. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I got one more question because that's interesting. Could either of you, or even as a tag team, have taken down Goldberg?
Yes. Yes. Yes, we could. We could.
And you wrestled under what federation?
Several.
What was it called?
There was GXW. There was what was that place? Earl had to help mine. I don't remember all the names. There was a bunch of different ones we went to. We remember cities and towns more than anything.
And who were some of the wrestlers locally that you remember their stage name.
Let's see. Unfortunately, there was a Switchblade.
I remember Switchblade.
Vance Knuckles, who's been on the show. I don't want to give out his real name, but Vance Knuckles has been on the show. He was usually Switchblade's partner and carried him. Then there was oh my tons. There was let me back up to the punt.
Paul
Mr.
Lee.
X.
Oh yeah, I know Paul Lee.
Yeah, Mr. X. Uh, who was the guy that came up there and wrestled with Mr. X? Earl, you remember? Cowboy Bill Langston. That was it. That was two from Golden Age. We had T-Bone and Death Row. Oh my gosh. Death Row's wife actually worked Christina. Yeah. In fact, she actually beat me one time at a benefit show of all things in Fort O. And I believe you actually attended that.
I did attend that. It was the first time that I'd ever seen you wrestle, and I think the last. Death Row, the Hangman, Mr. X.
Can I say something?
But then
Go ahead.
I think
Wait
the
just a minute,
Outlaws.
Jay. Let Rob finish
I
his
think
thought.
the Outlaws actually took the tag team belts that night too. I was probably tired.
What I remember most about that day, it was a benefit. Like they're trying to raise money for high school drama. Was it drama team or drama class something? But anyway, what I remember was it's like a song starting out. Okay, they had the ring, they had the wrestlers, they had the crowd, they had the music, they had the announcers, they had the referee, they had everything they needed but one thing. They forgot to bring the bell. And me and Jason are sitting up in the stands, and I said, Jason, something's wrong. Like I seen them in a heavy discussion. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure it out. I said, Jason, they forgot the bell. And Jason's rolling. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe that. And they're like trying to figure out what they do. So very quietly, somebody went and got a crescent wrench. And I saw them put the mic down there and just ding ding on the side of the stage. It was hilarious, man.
Oh, yeah.
But hey,
it was amazing.
Things happen and you got through.
Yes.
I got something I want to say.
Go ahead, Jake.
It's actually been on February, I think it was February 18th. February 18th, 1995, we lost the Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. It's been 30 years since Hot Stuff passed away.
Oh, wow. Okay, we need to go back and finish talking about the Outlaws now.
Sorry. I was just
okay.
I just remember that.
All right. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, in Copperhead's defense and losing to a 90-pound girl, number one, he was tired. Okay. As I remember, there was a battle royal that night. There was a tag team championship match that night. And then there was this match, and it just.
I got to go, guys.
Okay, Jake. Thanks
for being
here, buddy.
Sorry.
Have a good one,
I'm sorry that I had to leave, but
it's okay, man.
Are we done with the important stuff?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, love you guys.
Love you, man.
I'll watch you guys on Twitch. Yeah, I'll have you guys on Twitch. Love you guys.
Thank you, sir.
I have you guys on the big screen. I'm sorry I have to leave, but I just
Terry
it's okay, Bo.
Love
You're
you guys.
Good, man.
Bye.
Have a good one now.
See you, man. Big match was Terry Gordy, Bob Armstrong, Dirty Dutch. I don't remember Dirty Dutch.
Tom Pritchard. That's Midnight Express.
I do remember that.
Express. What was there?
Rock and Roll Express. I remember that.
Who'd you lose to? Well, Christine was. Oh, I know who you lost to. I think we lost to him down in yeah. We lost to him down in Chatsworth too, I think. Uh, we lost. I think you actually took. I think you actually lost that time, but it don't matter. We lost as a team.
Do you still have that picture on your computer of you and him coming out?
I don't know.
You showed it on here before.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me see if I've got it. Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago, dude. If not,
So,
I bet. Brother Hester has it. I
so
don't.
what got you into wrestling? I mean, what was it that pulled you in to do it? Not just watch it, but do it.
Well, dude, I'm just buff. You know, you can't be this buff and not be in wrestling. You just couldn't do it. I'm just saying. Uh, you got me answering questions here that are like serious questions, and I'm trying to look up stuff too. It's kind of give me just a second there. You go. Oh my gosh, you found more pictures. Oh my gosh. Hey, did you find? We got VCR tapes of our matches. Brother Hester does of some of our matches, and I need to get those converted to some DVDs. Yes, sir. And we might just play some of those matches on here. Uh, I'm not seeing it. It's probably on my phone here somewhere. I don't know how long it take me to look it up, but I'll try real quick. Uh, no, brother. Shawn Michaels was. I wanted to do it. I used to look a lot like him, just smaller. Sorry. Did I say just smaller out loud? I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. I love my brother Hester. Every time I'd go around to pick on the other side, though, somebody would always come running over to tag. Mm. Wouldn't let me mess with nobody. Mm. All right. That was all right. Um, I don't know what I did with that. Uh, no, Brother Hester probably carried me a whole lot in that. We did have a lot of fun, though. And I do mean a lot of fun. Uh, it was quite possibly some of the most amazing times that I ever had. We'll run around my brother Hester, going everywhere and wrestling, carrying on, acting the fool. Uh, we had a lot of fun with it. I miss those days, y'all. Those were fun days. I know it's on here somewhere. Hey, brother Hester, you got that picture of us? I just saw it the other day. I know I did. I just don't know. You got them right there. Okay, we gotta do that. Yes, I do remember that dude that stiffed you. Uh, we don't like stiffers. Um, that was stiffing is wrestling lingo for when someone throws something for real, for real. Now we always make contact uh, when we hit somebody. We actually hit them, but there's hitting and there's hitting. Uh, dude, that's annoying me. Where's this pictures at?
I don't remember. I just remember you pulled it up. It's cool. No big deal. I just remembered you had it. I thought you might have it in your picture.
I don't have it close to hand here.
Okay, no problem.
I can't believe I took that off of there. Uh, I figure I'd leave that one up there just to throw back up every once in a while. Uh, you know, because it's hard going through life being this good looking and as good looking as Brother Hester is, But yeah, uh, oh, he's gonna send it. Okay. Um, there is one wrestler we left out tonight that I think deserves to be talked about. And oh, he sent it to me. Let me send it back over, and I'll have it here in just a moment. Here, hang on just a second. But that wrestler is Roddy Piper.
Yeah, we had him on stage. We didn't talk about him much, but we.
Yeah, we had him up there, but Roddy Piper was quite possibly one of the best heels of all time, in my personal opinion. Uh, oh, let's see here. I'm gonna save that one, number one, and then I'm gonna forward it. Uh, Roddy Piper was quite possibly one of the absolute greatest heels of all time. I absolutely love him. And I'm gonna tell you something else. In the movie They Live, he did a good job too. That was actually one of the longest fight scenes ever. I think it was the longest fight scene in a movie ever at the time. Just throwing that out there. Uh, yes, Roddy Piper was amazing. And don't forget Mick Foley. Oh my goodness. We left Cactus Jack out. Oh, I know we can't put everybody up there. There just ain't no way. All right, let's see.
So a couple of questions for people that may never have wrestled.
Okay.
Just as a question. Yeah, Rick Rude, I remember him. Um, the mat, the floor of the ring. How hard is it? I know they have springs or something under there. How hard is that when you fall?
You hope they're good and soft. You don't want it too soft because you have to move around on it and you have to run on it. You don't want to be sinking into it. So it wasn't so much that they were hard; they were firm. And put it that way, they had some padding on there.
Okay.
All right, I'm trying here.
So, what were the prerequisites to be a wrestler? Like, you had to have your boots, your outfit.
Yeah,
Did they make you
had to be
carry
pretty.
medical? Well, no, there was a lot of ugly wrestlers. Uh,
Well,
well, there were. I mean, come on.
no, no, we were all pretty.
But did you have to carry medical insurance, or did they do? You sign a waiver to not? I won't sue
You
you.
have to
A release.
waivers. Waivers were required.
Did you? So you didn't have to do a medical checkup or anything. There
There
it
you
is.
go. There you go. From way back in the day.
Rob, I just gotta say, oh, he says steel beams, 3/4 inch plywood, moving
Moving
blankets, and
blankets
the
and the
tarp.
tarp. Yeah, that seems about right.
This is not a dig. Don't take it the
Yeah.
wrong way. He looks bigger than you.
Because he's closer to the camera than I am.
I think his chest is sticking out more than yours.
Hey, I'm
It's hard.
wearing a dad blank duster there and a black shirt on underneath it. Get off me. Uh, all you need to know is that he was my buddy, and
It's hard to tell from that picture, but it looks like he's taller, more barrel chested, and his legs are bigger. I
Pilot,
just
you gonna or brother Hester, you gonna set this straight? Uh, He ain't gonna set this straight. He
So
can be like,
I'm
yeah,
just thinking that maybe Earl carried you in this
he
tag
may
team
have. I said he
partnership.
did, you know. But he was the high flyer. I was the base guy. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's got the thing right there.
That is a prerequisite. You had to have. You got to
Yeah,
sell yourself.
yeah.
All right.
Mm,
Another question I have:
okay.
how long did a match typically last? Just yours. If it was like a solo or
Uh,
as a double.
Usually solos lasted 10 to 12 minutes, and your tag teams would last anywhere from 15 to 25, depending upon what kind of match it was. I've seen some long ones. So,
That's a long time to be in the ring, flopping around and jumping and falling and.
bigger around. Come on, dude. I was bigger around too. Still am.
Um,
But yeah,
that's a
you're
lot. Of
right.
course, some of that you're hollering at each other, talking. You know, there's other action going on too.
Yeah.
Managers, you know. So your walk-in music, what was yours?
Mine was singles was Down with the Sickness. Uh, and as a tag team, Brother Hester and I came out to Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy was one of them. That's what we wound up with. Save a
So
horse, ride a cowboy.
so you're coming into the is the music loud like or can you hear
Oh,
people and over the music or when you're coming through the crowd?
oh yeah, they could hear it. We could hear them. They could hear us.
So so were you told you were the greatest of all time and by
Absolutely.
everybody or did some of them have special names for you?
Oh, we were the greatest of all time. You could tell by the names that they had for us. You know, in my personal opinion, because I think we were just misunderstood. Everybody thought we were the bad guys, but I think we were just misunderstood. We just wanted to win at any cost. And I don't think we ever won a match legally, what they called legally, because that just, you know, that's just too easy.
Explain that.
Well, just because someone's out there whooping your honey, don't mean you got to just stand there and take it. You know, it might be a low blow. There might be a throat chop. There might be hitting them in the head with a cowbell. There might be hitting them in the head with a boat paddle. There could be all kinds of accidents that just happen. They were accidents, hair pulling, stuff like that.
Uh not to be lowbrow, but did you wear a cup?
No, no, I did not. And most wrestlers don't. It's not necessary, usually. Because, how many times you ever see a wrestler get a low blow? I mean,
Well, a fall could go wrong. I mean, that's why I was asking.
oh, uh, without getting too far into it, it's not necessary. The way that most wrestlers land, that's just not going to be necessary. Um, Sometimes if you're jumping off the top rope or something like that, you might ding around a little bit, but normally you're fine. And situations like that, cups could be more harm than not. Does that make sense?
Yeah, just asking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh, did you ever take a tumble trying to do a maneuver that didn't work? Pretty hard, you know.
I think every wrestler has blown a spot. Um, and you recover as quickly as possible. And Yes, dinks, not drinks, dinks. Yes. Um, there have been blow spots in every match, just about. It's almost impossible for anybody to wrestle a complete match perfectly clean. If you know what to look for, even on the WWE and whatever, if you know what to look for, you can catch them. But oh, he just blew that spot, and uh, you know, but it's hard because, like you said, you're out there bouncing around. Uh, yeah, I think both of us have had that one happen. You're out there jumping around, throwing people around, slinging people, getting slung, getting thrown down. Um, it's very physical. It's very quick, usually. Um, like you cannot fake body slamming somebody. Either you body slam them or they don't. They may help you with it a little bit, but uh, a body slam is a body slam. A suplex is a suplex. You cannot fake this. There's going to be impact. Clothesline. Uh, I mean,
Did
there's
did you
these things
ever
happen.
get mad in the ring at your opponent and it became more than the match was supposed to be?
Yes, I have. That's one of those
Meaning you
things
kind of
that
went off script because somebody made you mad. They maybe they did it first. Maybe
well,
they did something a little too hard. Maybe they, you know,
there was one wrestler in particular I remember, and he wasn't that good. And I went out there wrestling with him this particular night, and he was actually wrestling well. He was making good contact with his punching and everything. And I was eating it up. I was like, heck yeah, let's have a match here. And we got back. He backed me up in the corner, said, you learned your lesson yet? I said, what do you mean? He said, do I need to hit you some more? I was like, are you shooting on me? He said, yeah. I said, well, keep going. This is the best you've ever wrestled. Come on. Yeah. uh, John Copperhead Remington actually busted his boat paddle one night on a guy's head.
on purpose or that was accident.
That was on purpose.
It was
That was on
scripted, or
purpose.
you just did it because you were mad.
I did it because I felt like it needed to be done. Uh, this guy had really rawhided one of the trainees that we had, and he was related to me. He did some stuff that was extremely uncalled for, and I warned him. Yeah, you know who. And I warned him not to ever get in the ring with me again. And he showed up. It was about a year after that. And I told the shot caller, I said, if he wrestles tonight, he wrestles me. And they made it the main event. Yeah.
Did it ever roll out side after match?
What do you mean roll out?
You meet each other in the parking lot.
No, no. I've had some that, run their mouth and stuff, but generally, as a rule, we got along with everybody and we respected other people. We didn't go out there to hurt somebody. There was one gentleman that we wrestled in tag team, and he really got offended that we wouldn't take his finishing move, which was extremely dangerous off the top rope. And we knew of him, but we had never worked him before, and neither one of us took it. And he got plumb upset about it. You had one meet up after the match. Hmm. But yeah, this guy was like really, really upset and offended. Oh, oh yeah, I did. Hmm. But we were like, did I take that match? I didn't take that, did I? I rolled on him. Or are you talking about meeting up after the match?
So
Yeah.
where did a wrestler get his boots or her boots? Where do you buy wrestling boots, or was there a standard where you just wore something that you there was options rather?
Oh, yeah. Um, you could actually order wrestling boots online. You can do it. I did order a pair. I ended up selling them. I didn't really like them. Um, hmm,
And
uh,
how much are wrestling boots? Just typical like any other boot or
well, I'll tell you what I did. I went and found me some camouflaged hiking boots. Do you remember Red's shoe repair?
yes. Actually Kaylee is he was related to Kaylee. They're related to each other.
Okay. Well, I took those boots to him, and he actually put wrestling soles on them for me. Um, it didn't take him that long, and you know, you brother Hester wore cowboy boots. You don't actually have to have wrestling soles, but you don't want to. What's the nice way to put this? Um, yeah, that's right. You had the rubber sole on. But mine, I wanted to be a little bit taller. So my wrestling soles were about an inch and a half tall.
All right. What about did you wrestle in the tights, shorts, pants? What did you wrestle in?
Me, well, we wrestled in singlets for a while, but mainly I wore blue jeans and a black muscle shirt on old wife beaters. And I came out with my duster and my hat on, and I always had a web belt with the web belt that hung down about, I don't know, 8, 10 inches. You know, and it was with my camouflage hiking boots on, and I don't think big fat guys ought to be out there in singlets. Nobody wants to see that. That's what used to scare me about Abdullah and stuff like that. Uh, and there was another one that used to come in. You may remember him, the professor. Uh, uh, Big guys should not wear singlets, dude. That takes all the fun out of the match. Now, I'm gonna tell you, you get a big guy out there in a singlet, you got to pick him up, body slam him, and suplex, and he's doing the same thing to you. It ain't no fun. It takes all the fun out of it. Now, if you're out there wrestling a girl and she's wearing, that's a little different.
Do wrestlers oil themselves up traditionally?
No, no, you got to be able to grip each other. I mean, when you pick up somebody to body slam them, you don't want to. Crisco, do you proud every time? I could just see them out there back with Crisco. Come on, I'm gonna win this match. I don't care what they said. I
No,
can see it.
some.
No, I know.
I
I'm
mean,
just
some put things on. I mean, to for the lights to shine off of, or
yeah. They
maybe
might
look a
put
little darker.
like a light dusting of baby oil or something, just to kind of make it like they're glistening. Dude, I'm not laughing at your question. I'm laughing at the thoughts going through my head. As I could see me and brother Hester out back with a jug of Crisco. Yeah, come here. I could picture that in my mind's eye. Sorry. uh, oh, he did. The blonde dude from ARW. Oh my gosh. And he was hard to hang on to too. You know, Be laughing at us. Go ahead and laugh at us, Miss Jennifer. It'll be all right. Um, now, there were some moves, and I'll go ahead and tell you this, that there were very few people I would let give it to me, like pile driver being one of the biggest. Um, and Brother Hester actually pile drove me one time. We actually had turned against each other briefly. I took a pile driver from him. Death Row and T-Bone, I'd take a pile driver from them because their legs were so big, there was no way my head was getting on that mat. Uh, but that's one of the most dangerous to me of all the wrestling moves.
Yeah.
It's the old pile driver. And if that was one you had to be real careful. You better know the person that's giving it to you.
So you had practice, rehearsal, or you just go in there and go at
Mm.
it?
You don't have to go that far with it there, Brother Hester. Uh, I didn't ever shave my legs. In fact, I don't think I shaved anything except for my head. Uh, I'm just going to put that out there. I wore jeans. I didn't feel the need to. But yeah, some people do. I guess. Uh, uh, there can be practice. Generally, that you get some ring time where you can work on moves and stuff like that, which is always good. But almost every time when it comes time to work a match, you go up there and say, "All right, there may be a spot here or there that we want to work in, but for the most part, all right, what we're gonna do? Well, I'm gonna go out there and be the face. You go out there and be the heel. Okay, and you just go with the flow of the match. You let the match tell its own story. I mean, there's different signals that you do, and you're going out there to tell a story and just go out there and have fun. You know, uh, the face is generally going to come on and take the heat, and he's going to be beating the bad guy down, and the bad guy's going to cheat, and he's going to take over, and he's going to run him around a little bit, and then the face will hulk up, yeah, and start standing there, let you slug him, and then start slugging you back, and you know, uh, but it's a story, it's a dance, and it's when everything is running smooth, it's great. You're in rhythm with each other. Yeah, I mean, generally, a lot of these guys work together so much that they just have their own rhythm. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Did you have any stage fright, as some people do, to go out in front of people?
I've never had stage fright. I was a little nervous on my first match, but after that, dude, it was over. Uh, but you go out there, you're putting on a show, and everybody's looking at you. Yeah, there you go. The crowd is very important to wrestlers. The more into it the crowd is, the better the wrestling will be. I guarantee you. They'll do stuff that they wouldn't normally do. If the crowd's not into it, they try to get them into it. Um, you want to draw as much heat as you can. You know, we loved it. We absolutely loved it when we came out and people started booing. We've done our jobs. You know, they hate us. This is great. Because that's what they were supposed to do. And the good guys, the baby faces, would come out. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's so cute. Oh yeah, look at him." Yeah.
A two-part question here. Did you prefer to go early in a match or later? And second part of that would be, was the matches uh, were they designed to build on something, and that's determined when you went out? How was that decided, and what did you prefer?
It depended. Um, Earlier was always fine with me, but because you go in there, you work your matches, you get out of there. Because when you start doing this every week, it can cut into your family time and stuff like that, and time spent doing other stuff, and because you figure you're going to spend probably 3 to 4 days a week doing this, and it takes time. And you go and do the show, you work your match, get out. Later in the matches were fine. Late matches, that's generally your bigger event matches. But and so I liked working both. Um, as far as the other stuff, yes, it all builds on a story. It all builds. You're building heat with somebody. Maybe me or uh, Brother Hester will run out to the ring on somebody and just blindside them or something during the show. And they come back and have a match later or whatever. There's always something going on.
A couple more here. Uh, did you ever make money at it, and or did you have to pay yourselves to do what you do?
Me and Brother Hester made money a few times. That uh, it ain't much usually. It'd be at least gas money sometimes. But then there's some shows we did for free, like uh, the one over in Rossville. I'm not going to call any names, but you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But that's a good place to go in and try your new moves and stuff because hey, you're not getting paid for it. So if it bombs, you ain't cost anybody no money. And if it doesn't bomb, then hey, you know, you try somewhere else. That makes sense.
Yeah. Did you ever do a match where it's, well, I forget what they call it, but I know the name. I can't think of it. Where everybody's in the ring at the same time.
A battle royal,
Battle
yes,
Royal.
done a bunches of them. They're lots of fun. They're chaotic. You have to really be careful of where all the every wrestler in the ring's at because it's very hard to do any big power moves like body slams, suplexes, and stuff like that. Because if you back somebody up to the corner of the ropes, or and they go to do a suplex, and there's somebody behind you, somebody's getting hurt. Um, Body slams a little bit safer. Uh, yeah,
Okay.
body slams a little safer because you can see the people in front of you. But even that, it's not. You can't really do the big power moves. So you go out there. There's a lot of slugging and stuff like that to start with. And then it generally comes down to two people, and they can do the big power moves and stuff like that once the ring clears out. You know what I mean? It's just uh, my favorite match ever was I love the lumberjack match. Where you're chained together. Yes, a cage battle royal is a mess, but when you're chained together, I love the lumberjack match. Oh my gosh, that's great. That is my thing. That was my thing, and doing it in a cage made it even better. Uh, uh, Sean Stars and I had a lumberjack cage match. It was great. It was absolutely great. I enjoyed it. Um, but yeah,
Um, did you ever know of, without naming names, wrestlers that were doing the steroids?
they were doing what?
Steroids to bulk up.
There were some I had a very strong suspicion about. I never called them out on it. I only knew of one for sure. Yeah, Fly probably was, but I didn't never know for sure. Uh, that's the one I was talking about. I never knew for sure, so I would never. But I wouldn't call anybody out on that anyway. That's their business, and it just wasn't any of mine. And that they just seemed risky to me to do that. I never did.
Did a fan ever go too far?
Yes,
Examples. In what way?
I've
Just
had drinks thrown on me. I've been hit in the head. Uh, oh my gosh. Uh, I've had one as far as going too far that uh, propositioned. Uh,
male
uh,
or female?
dude,
Just asking.
dude, dude. Well, male, of course. Women don't go to wrestling. No, female. Uh, I think Earl had some. My partner James Cowboy Cody had some of those same issues too, with people hitting on him and stuff like that. And, uh,
When you went out of town, let's see, how to. Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't. If you're a fan at wrestling, do not go into that ring. Take
When
your
you
butt
went
out of there.
when you went out of town, did you have to register to wrestle, or did you just show up and they put you to
You
work?
showed up at the show. Just go to the show. The people
Okay.
will come to see you. If you show up, they will come. And they will cheer and they will boo and they will scream and holler and fuss. Some of them even want you to take pictures with them.
What was your biggest thrill? All put together, what stood out?
Well, my biggest match was Jake the Snake Roberts in Cleveland, Tennessee. It was not the biggest thrill I had, but it was the biggest match. Um, the biggest thrill I had was riding around with my buddy, going to these different places, and we would just go in and cut up with everybody. And the camaraderie and the fun that you could have in the back room at wrestling was absolutely amazing. It was, you know, you got the old guys there that have been around for a while. If they don't quit texting me, I'm gonna go off. Uh, you have the camaraderie and the old guys talking about the old days, and you can pick up new stuff from them too. That's old, that's new again. You could pick up, try out new things, and just go back there and joke and cut up and just have a ball. You know, it was the people, the wrestlers were a lot of fun.
Did you get any autographs from people that you looked up to?
No, mm. No, I didn't. I didn't want to seem like a kayfabe. Uh, that was, autographs and stuff are for the fans out there to do. Wrestlers don't do that to each other.
Well,
We
athletes do it. I mean, a lot of
huh?
athletes do that. It's
I know
popular
they
among
do. I
athletes
know
to
they
do.
do,
I'm just
but there's
wondering.
there's a stigma to that. Yeah, yeah. There's a stigma for that in wrestling. It makes you seem like you don't know what the heck you're doing, and you don't go up and give somebody a great big old handshake in wrestling either, unless you want the crap beat out of you. Uh, pictures were okay, but don't ask for autographs. Um, that just made you seem like you were kayfabe. You should be out there in the audience watching. It's just something that's not done for wrestlers. It's a mutual respect thing. even if you're wrestling a great big name, say, take Jake the Snake. Say I went out there when I went out to wrestle him. Um, I knew I was losing. Everybody knew I was going to lose. There was no winning because it's the big name. You know, you go out and you work your match, you make them look good, but he's trusting me to go out there and make him look good and not hurt him. And and I'm doing the same thing with him. And it's a mutual respect thing. He had to trust me not to hurt him. It's like I had to trust him not to hurt me. And skill levels, it just goes in with that. You go up there asking for autographs. Oh my gosh, this guy's asking for autographs. How long has he been doing this? You know, you know, and like handshakes. That's a big thing in wrestling. You will always know when two wrestlers meet up. It'll look like the gayest handshake you've ever seen, but it's telling them something. You go up there and you slap your hand and somebody just squeezes snot out of it and starts shaking, like you would like a regular handshake, like you would give me or just somebody out on the street. You give them a handshake like that. That's telling them that hey, you're going to go out there and be stiff, and you don't care what they think. When wrestlers shake hands, it's very light. They're letting them know I ain't. Hey, I've got respect. I'm not going to go out there and knock the snot out of you in the ring. You know, and that's important. It sends signals. Signals are very important in wrestling. Uh, there's basic signals, and then there's some that aren't so basic, but they're like unwritten rules. So,
Did you ever get hurt in a match?
yeah. I don't think anybody that's ever wrestled for any length of time has not gotten hurt.
To
There's
what level of hurt?
I got a concussion. Uh, I've tweaked knees. Banged up my shoulders. Um, yeah. Yeah. Brother Hester got his collarbone broke, didn't you? But there's no way that you can go out and do those kind of moves week in, week out. And there is some punishment involved to your body, but generally, when you get hurt, something's been done wrong. Is and that's the long and the short of it. Somebody did not do what they were supposed to do, and you got hurt. Um,
What made you
yeah,
quit?
I got too old. I was feeling at every part of my body, dude. Oh my gosh. Uh, you know, yeah, and yeah, that's another thing there too. Um, you take if you'll watch next time you turn on wrestling or you see it, and they throw people around. Watch how the wrestlers land. Okay, uh, watch the way they land, and they all land pretty much the same way. Well, Ric Flair didn't. Uh, yeah, um, but they'll land high on their back. Kind of looks like they're landing on their shoulder blades. And there's a reason for that. It takes some of the pressure off the hip and it distributes it across your shoulders instead of just center it on your back. You land wrong, and land full square on your back. I mean, that does more damage to your spine and stuff like that. You do a leg drop, okay? Your that impact drives up through your butt because you're basically landing on your butt. It's you know dropping your leg across somebody. And so basically, you're jumping up in the air and just landing square on your butt, and that compresses your spine and everything. You got to throw a headbutt. Yeah, tuck your head and breathe out before you hit.
Last question I got. Do you think that wrestling today is bigger than it's ever been, or not as big?
I think the storylines and stuff today are a bit much sometimes, but I think it's just as big now as it ever was. And I think wrestling has been around for a long, long time, and it's going to keep right on being around. It is a show, it's entertainment. Yeah, bigger, not better. Um, so, yeah, you asked me why I got into wrestling earlier, and there was a very personal note for me also on the wrestling thing. When I got the opportunity, I jumped all over it. When I was a kid, like in high school, they we went up to Wisconsin to visit my grandmother's mom, my great grandmother, and we had some family friends up there, cousins. One of his name was Morse Moon, and my great grandmother was there, and they were about the same age. And Morse Moon was in his 80s when I met him. So, and that was back in the 80s. So that'll give you some idea of the time frame here. Uh, yeah, 2 hour show, 30 minutes of wrestling. Um, but he was a sheriff up there, and he also wrestled. And they had this fair came to town, and they, grandma and great grandma and all of them were going to go watch Morse wrestle. And there's French guy. They made a big deal about him being a French guy. Was going around telling everybody about how he's going to whoop that sheriff and going to do this and going to do that. You know, spent a week going around pushing out how bad he was going to whoop. Well, the night of the show came up, and here comes Morse up there. And my great grandmother, who worked out in the field with the men folks, was right there at ringside. And they had worked it out to where that French guy was going to go in there and just whoop his butt. Then the lights were going to go off. And then when the lights came back on, Morse was going to have him pinned for the win. So they got up there working their match, and he was just taking a butt whooping. And the lights went off, and he reached to grab the guy to pin him. And he couldn't find him. They could hear him yelling and cussing and screaming. And heard some other people yelling and cussing and screaming. And then you could hear my great grandmother going, "I got him over here, Morris." She done grabbed him out of the ring and beat the snot out of him. Morris said he grabbed him up, put it up in there, and pinned him. And said she was just sitting over in a rocking chair going like this right here, you know. You know, you can just picture this old. She said, "You could have told me it wasn't real." Just embarrassed the snot out of me. But she don't beat the snot out of that guy.
Wow.
How could you not want to get into wrestling? Hearing stories like that growing up. Love you, brother. I'll call you tomorrow. You know, how could you not? How could you not? Ugh. If you were in, you know, of age and you've been growing up hearing stories like that, and you had the opportunity and you had the size and the ability, would you not do it? I mean, come on. And that's for everybody out there. If you have the size and you have the ability and you're willing to get out there and do this in front of people, uh, go train. There's places, a lot of wrestling areas, wrestling places will offer training and stuff like that. Just keep in mind that your odds of making it to the WWE or WWF are slim to none. Uh, so just go out there and have fun with it, and don't get a big head. Just go out there and have fun. Be the good guy, be the bad guy. Just have fun. So, and that's what life's all about, I think. You know, and if you notice, a lot of wrestlers are preachers as well. Did you know that? We need to go down that list one night.
I know a local pastor who was a wrestler.
Yeah, and it's a good
But
way
they
to
weren't
spread the word.
always. They weren't always. They became.
Yeah,
Some of them were they were called out of darkness, we'll say, into the light and became preachers.
Yeah.
Some are very famous, some are local, but there's people locally that have that's a story that I know.
But let's see. I got to remember. I'm trying to look it up. Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man. He became a preacher. But yeah, and his sermons are worth listening to. He walked away from WWF and became a preacher. So there's a lot of them, and that's pretty awesome, I think.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you for sneaking in a wrestling show here for me. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Like to mix things up here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope y'all had fun. We took a trip down memory lane tonight. That was pretty cool. Thank you, Jake, for being on here with us, and all of our folks out there in Southern Fried Podcast Land and our breadheads. Big old salute.
Don't forget tomorrow night, Cornbread Nation.
Yeah.
Friday night, we have morning show. Friday night, we have the counselors.
Yeah. I'm gonna get with Earl, see if we can get some of those old wrestling tapes dusted off and converted over to some DVD. See if we can't get some air show on here. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
So, all right, guys. Well, God bless y'all. Remember, if you have any birthdays, anniversaries, special events, y'all send it to us at Cornbread Nation. I'm fixing to mess up. Send it to us at Southern Fried Podcast at yahoo.com. And we'll be happy to air those out for you on the morning show. So, and keep your eyes peeled, because we got Patriot Mobile coming this way.
Yes. Awesome.
So, all right. Dave, you got anything else?
No, enjoyed it. It's great to be on here with you, and we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
All right. Love you, brother.
Love you.
Well, it's early in the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin.
Hey folks, Dave in the AM here with us.
From the morning funny to MAGA minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things, front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Humpday News, we keep it real with down-home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama Said is bringing the truth, and when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folks talking southern things, stories and sports where the good times hang. From SFP News to I Remember That, we tell it like it is, and that's a fact.